be live. Should be going live in a second. Let's go and get lo-fi. Link.
Is your agency using WordPress to build websites? That's like carving a chicken with a handsaw.
Alright, for those of you who are watching this stream after it's been streamed and now it's a video, maybe skip forward 5 to 10 minutes where we actually start reviewing resumes, because we'll be starting off just getting people in here, and then we'll start reviewing. Siddharth says, isn't this supposed to start? It just started. Maybe you got a notification early? I'm gonna grab this link and quickly drop it in Discord. Drop it in my own Discord as well. Everyone, for those who missed the last one, let's get your resume reviewed. Alright, that's posted in there. What's up, Driz? How's it going, man? Dude, I was playing some Harry Cam yesterday. No, Hecarim. And dude, I owned like MVP after MVP. I think I'm gonna go just one trick. Just some nose sugar here. The shirt is really tight. It's awkward. He's so fun to play. Yeah, he's so dumb. Like, being able to catch up to people, you know, when they're gone, or like being able to get in a fight and then pull away somebody who would like ruin the fight. Like, if there's one person carrying, I'll just take that person and I'll pull them to the side, and then everyone will jump on the weak ones. And that's what I did one of the games. I was the one jumping on the weak ones, so just like 1v3 the squishies. And then my tanks would fight like the Fed set. That was really fun. Alright. I didn't even check the email for a resume, so let's do that right now. There's actually a lot of them. Maybe we'll wait another minute for a couple people to roll in, and then from there we'll do some reviews. Frick, I wasn't first. I think Siddharth was here like an hour ago. Just because I put the stream up. I never started it. I put the stream up and then I went and did a couple things. So I think Siddharth was here when it went up. I don't know why. I don't know how. What's up, Mike? Hi. Hey, Ali. How's it going? I said hi and hey together. Hey, hi. You guys hear that fan in the back, or did we fix it from last time? Oh, nice that I was first. Yeah, you were definitely first. Alright. Guess we could just find a couple. Got this guy right here, John T. Computer networking resume. Ooh, this is roast worthy, but always in the best way possible. Alright, let's pull these three up. What's up, Andre? Oh, Siddharth, you are here! I guess Driz isn't first then. I don't know what happened. When I create the stream, I have to do a bunch of things, like put the stream code in my stream program, set the title, set the picture, set a bunch of things. Like it doesn't just start. But when I create it for some reason, it's like live for you to view on the channel page. But when you click on it and you go there, the stream is off, but the chat is on. So like I can create it like yesterday. I could have made it yesterday and just let it sit there and you guys could chat in it. Really weird. Was I first or not? I need to know. Tell me. I need to know. Alright. We can start with this one. This is actually I think you guys need to see this one yourselves. I don't want to talk about it yet, but here, I'm gonna pull it up. I wish I had like a touch screen or something I could draw on. Actually, no, I can't. Shit. I could use my phone, but that'd be weird. Hey, Michael Sarah? I think that's a compliment. Except I don't weigh like 150 pounds wet. And I'm not 5'2". I think Michael Sarah is like super small. Is that protein drinking? No, it's just a pre-workout because I don't want to drink coffee and have coffee breath all day. I don't know, pre-workout's pretty cool. You can get like cool flavors. Like I have some shitty ass. I bought this for like, I got like 4 of these for $40, so like $10 a thing. I was like, maybe this is gonna be good. It's not. It's a sweet iced tea. It tastes like cement mixture with some sugar on it, but it does the job. How long would the stream go for? Probably like an hour or two. Sometimes it goes more. I think the longest like resume stream we've done is like 3.5 hours. We got a lot to review. I got nowhere to go right now for at least 3 hours. You could just send in your resumes and we can knock them out, or we could just talk about things. Talking about things is fun. Alright, so let's look at this guy's resume quickly. I don't think I have a name for... Anyways, let me pull out the pen and we'll get drawing. Okay. First thing, he has a picture, but he blurred it for the stream, which makes me think, why would you have a picture in the first place? At least like when you're sending it to like a job, like people on stream are the kind of people probably at a job too. Like I don't know. Why do they need to know what you look like? And that you can wear X shirt and X, like why does this matter? To know if we're gonna call him, I don't know, let's call him Sal. Let's call a random dude Sal. Why do we need to know what Sal looks like? To know if he can do a development job, I think. Product owner, co-founder. Oh, okay, this is gonna be interesting. That's gonna be interesting. Are you planning on new portfolios? Anything you want reviewed. I will try and give you my best criticism. Certain things, obviously, I'm not as good at giving advice than others, but I could do my best. Sal bullied me in 2nd grade. Skip. Yo. He's that kid at the playground who didn't want to share his like Tonka truck sands scooper. You know those like I forget what they're called. The tractors that can scoop stuff. He didn't want to share it at the park in 2nd grade. So for like 20 years later, when I'm looking to hire him, I say no. You should have shared your truck, bitch. And now I don't hire him. Where's Josh? I'm not sure. He's actually offline. I was gonna ask him if he wanted to join us. He's offline, so who knows? Could be flying a plane or making a video. We don't know. So we're just gonna go solo. Yeah, so take off your picture, Sal. You don't want to get discriminated for how you look. What if, like, I don't know, they're jealous because you have a really nice nose or really nice eyes and they hate you for that? Like, there's so many dumb reasons people can hate you just based off of your looks, so take off your picture. Experience. What about skills? I don't even know what you could do. Head of service operations. Okay. Built a new department within Edu's to start focusing on areas customer support. Directly overseeing a team of 15 people. Okay. Tens of thousands of users support tickets. So what I like to do is put the type of job I'm going for on my resume, just so it's very clear, and then relate everything I type about how it would go. Anyways, doesn't matter. Product owner. By the business based on stakeholders' input and that's a lot. Curated the product documentation on a regular basis. I guess that is what product owners do, so sure. Oversee the design and publishing user, how many access for. Okay. Numbers are good. This isn't too bad. Numbers are good. I need a black pen. This right here. Not too bad. Did you know Josh? Trying to think about it. I think I found his channel a long time ago. Like when he had like 20k subs. Well, 240,000 subs ago, which was not that long ago. Maybe like 2-3 years ago. Mike's his brother? No way. Yeah. And then we became friends through that. And then we started doing stuff together. And then he said, come with, like, do the grind reel stuff with me. And that's what we're doing now. Now you would know if I was his brother, wouldn't? Because all the family videos he's made now. You would know. Establish a competition analysis for 20 competitors overseeing the design. Yeah, this is a really long experience section, like you said. I think it's the whole page, actually. So I think this guy is just putting his experience as his main thing here. I kind of have a problem with that. For the sole... I agreed to the processing of personal data provided by the name of the company to realize... That's a weird thing to write at the bottom of your resume now. I agree to the processing of personal data provided by to realize the recruitment process. Wouldn't they ask you for a signature? Like just putting it in words here doesn't mean much. Maybe in Poland? I don't know. That seems like a weird thing to write. So his skills are all the way at the bottom. Interests? No. Sailing, skating, no. Cooking for friends and family, no, take that off. Why does that matter? Okay, skills. Cooperation with stakeholders. I think that's mandatory or else you get fired. I've been watching Josh for a month. Used to do YouTube content, but I'd rather build tools for streamers rather than use them myself. I'd love to join you guys if you need help. I think maybe one day we could do some. I've always thought it'd be cool if we did something where like anyone can help on a type of project, but it's so hard to keep track of, and like, is it ethical to have a bunch of people help you on a project and then you monetize it? Like it's a problem. I mean, there are skills too. Not really a lot of space allocated for them. I don't know. Cooperation with stakeholders, like, I don't see that. I don't see why that would be on there. Like that would be a mandatory thing. If you're being hired at a position where you're working with stakeholders, which is a very high level position, I don't think you need to be saying stuff like that. Definition of business requirements, feedback and data analysis, customer support, product management, business English C2 level. Is Josh building his own corporation? Well, didn't we like that? So that was a joke we once made. Like if we were to outsource some work, right? Like let's say the stream highlights were going really well and I wanted to go work on my channel and we wanted to outsource the stream highlights. Wouldn't we have to manage somebody, which is like the one thing we don't want to do? It's very ironic. But like that's the reality of doing things, right? Like there's a certain like I remember, you know, you guys know Mr. Beast obviously, right? He makes these crazy videos where he gives a bunch of money and he does really dumb things, like anything with the number 100,000 or 1,000,000 in it, whether it's, you know, 100,000 marshmallows or whatever. He's that guy. And he was talking about one thing where he said when he started to make enough money where he can outsource things, he made a list of the things he absolutely loves to do. And he made a list of everything he needs to do. and he took out the things he loves to do into one list and the rest into another. And that second list of things that he doesn't love to do, no matter how hard or whatever, he outsourced them. He found somebody and he paid them to do that thing. Because he doesn't want to do, like, you know what I mean? It was like, it sounds very simple and obvious, but it was just a cool thing to hear. Like that'd be cool to be able to do that one day, right? Just have like a list of things you love to do. Like, I love to hold the camera and film things. I love to do this, I love to do that. And then I hate doing this, that, whatever. And then just outsourcing that second. That'd be pretty cool. Sounds like you both need a non-profit org and a for-profit company. Well, we don't want to do that, right? And we both enjoy working. What's the sweet legal loopholes writing off your college expenses of working with one for 10 years? Yeah, I don't know. It's Also, I'm in Canada, so that makes things a little more complicated, which is why I'm trying to get into the US. But as you can imagine, over the past couple months, it's been very difficult. It's very difficult to get into the US, like, just get my foot into the US, even if I wanted to, like, vacation there. Like how a lot of the things differ between Europe and America when it comes to these resumes. Yeah, I think Europe, in the nicest way, are more, like, open about everything. Americans are a little harder to work with because they're not, like, it seems like Europeans are much better employees. Where Americans, it's just like, I don't know, it's different. It's almost like Europeans work a lot harder for that first opportunity, but because they have to, because everyone else is working really, I don't know. My friend Blank is trying to move to the US too. It's not easy. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to be able to run a US business instead of a Canadian business. Because right now, like what I'm doing in Canada, it doesn't... First of all, I'd have to be making more than I made as a developer, or just around that, maybe a bit less, just to open an incorporation here, where, like, I'd have to make a decent amount, a couple grand a month, more than I make now, to justify, like, financially opening a company. Now the problem in Canada is I can't open an LLC. I have to open an incorporated because that's the only option we have. Or the other option is to be a sole proprietor, which is what I'm at now. But because I'm a sole proprietor, I risk all my assets. And I definitely have some assets in here I would not want to lose if something goes wrong, right? I'm not saying that because I'm trying to scam people and hoping they don't sue me back. It's just, that's how, things go like that. If you know someone in the US, they can open a business in an international friendly place like Delaware. So the problem is, if I was to open a US business as a Canadian, which I can do right now easily, the way the taxes work. If I opened an LLC in the US, Canada would not recognize it as an LLC. They'd recognize it as an incorporated, and they would tax me as an incorporated. So I'd get double taxed. It just makes no sense unless I become a US citizen somehow, which there are a couple options, which is, one of them is going back to school to get a degree, which I really don't want to do. I don't want to spend a couple years doing that. I would hate myself. Making enough that I can invest in the US. So like if I can make, let's say, like 500k or something, or even less than that, I could do it probably with 200k, $200,000. Go to the US, and invest it somehow. Maybe open a real estate business, throw it into the business, go buy 2 homes for $100,000 each. Then I can get a visa according to my business. It was a E2 visa, I think it's called. I'd have to invest enough money in the US where they're like, okay, this guy's bringing money from another country into our country, let's bring him in. Marry Josh and become a US citizen. That'd be good content for Josh. But no, I don't think that would ever happen. I'm gonna divorce him and take half his shit. We're definitely more open. I know companies that won't even hire if there's no picture on the resume. You see, that's really weird. Why do they need a picture? Europe wants simp employees that are willing to put everything on the line. Like, they want slaves in the nicest way. I'm saying that. HR lady might get territorial. Maybe. It's okay. I'll fight her. I'll fight. I'll fight HR Lily for Josh. Yeah, it feels like Europeans are a lot. Like I once applied to a European job. This was when I left my job because I was like Josh was working for this European company and he recommended me and I tried to get hired there, and they were like doing the weirdest hiring process and it took months. It took months for this company to talk back. Like every month, I would get one email back from them. It was like, send us a video resume, and I was so nervous. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, so I took out like my camera, I set it up. I was like, "Hi, I'm Mike. I worked at a developer, this company, at this, I did that. I know these languages. I've taught languages, blah blah blah." Just like a video resume. It was super freaking weird. And then I sent it to them, and they wouldn't answer for a month. And then they sent it back, and they wanted to interview again, and all that for them to just ghost at the end. Monkey emote? What is that? What is that emote? I can't even like. Oh, this feels bad. In the US, it's much easier to fire people. Yeah, of course. It's like Canada. For every year you work at a company in Canada, I think they have to give you a week before before they fire you. So like if someone works for you for 20 years, there's a limit. Maybe we could research this. But there's a thing like that where it's like the more amount of time somebody works for you, the more amount of time you have to give them before you fire them. So like if someone worked for you for 20 years, let's say that translated to 10 weeks. Let's just say that's the number. I don't remember it. So now when you go to fire them, you have to keep them for 10 more weeks since the day you fire them. There's a rule like that. I don't remember it. There's a certain amount of time you have to work in a company where they pretty much can't screw you over because that's been your company for so long. Yeah, video resumes suck depending on which I think now I'd do it differently. But yeah, video resumes are different. I think that's what makes them cool. But at the time, I was like, what the hell are they trying to make me do here? It depends on this, but it was a remote job, so I guess that would help a bit with context. Depends on the state. Like here in ND, it's at will, but Ohio, it's not. Yeah, but even then, in America, it's just a lot more. Hey, bro, you're talking to the middle bottom of your mic. Audio quality is good. Volume is not so good. All right, let me fix it. Because I do have an air conditioning on right now. Let me fix it. I think we still have that audio filter on. Hello. All right, how does this sound? I think it's a good law. I think it depends, right? Like, what if, like, it's really tricky because it needs to be in context. The problem with any kind of law that depends on context is it's really hard to prove that thing. Like, if you had an employee that was intentionally screwing you over, even if they worked for you for a long time, you should be able to get rid of them. But then the problem is, how do you prove that they're trying to screw you over? How do you prove that in court? It's just so tricky. You have to catch them on the spot. All these laws that require heavy context just don't. Oh, it's gonna get so hot in here. I'm gonna have to turn on. Not that loud right now. We better keep it coming. Okay. It's a little annoying, but maybe we could turn it off soon. It's so hot right now. Let's check the weather quickly. Dude, 24, what about Fahrenheit? 76, look, okay. 76 Fahrenheit, but this is a Canadian built house, built for Canadian winters, which is literally an oven. It's brick walls on insulation, on drywall. It's just, it's terrible, dude. I'm already sweating from that 30 seconds we turned off the air conditioning. Like, anyone can file a discrimination claim, but the person getting fired has to prove it. Wait, say that again? Anyone can file a discrimination claim, but the person getting fired has to prove that they weren't discriminating? That's like YouTube laws almost. Like I can go right now and copy strike Josh, and he has to prove that it's not true or something like that. It's 89 here in MD, dude. Don't be jealous. It's 76 with the Canadian house is like 100. I'm not even kidding. I think that's France also, but I don't know. The company I was applying to was a French company, France company. If you get fired and you say it was for discrimination, they have to prove enough. They have to provide enough proof that it was for a reason. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. My roommate had to do that and won. It's not too hard. Yeah, that makes sense. Because that happens a lot. And we know that. Kalik, I don't know what you're saying in chat, so I don't really want to read it out loud. But I'm seeing you. I'm noticing you. That's what you want. Yeah, dude. These things are really tricky because if you think the problem, it's so tricky to think about. Like, imagine being in the position of writing these laws. Like, who do you favor, right? You have to be some kind of biased. Like, okay, if you guys were Val, if you were to make a law right now, if you were to make the laws right now for like workplace and discrimination and all that, like, how would you do it? Who has to prove? If someone's getting fired and they say that they're getting fired for discrimination, who has to prove that? Does the person making the discrimination claim have to do it, or does the employer have to prove it? It's pretty difficult on both ends, because these things, like, it's really hard. French employment laws are kind of funny. Yeah, dude. Where I live, the employment stuff is super weird too. So here they're allowed to kind of screw you over. Like, they tried to do this to me at one job, where they had me come in as an intern for like a probation period, and then they'll tell you they'll give you full employment within a certain period. And like the way they tax you is differently. It's stupid. But how do you want to prove that? It's difficult. That's what I'm saying. It's really hard. How do you say this person fired me because I'm black, or because because I'm gay, or because I'm straight, or because I'm, how do you prove that? It's so hard. Would you ever consider moving out of Canada? For sure. I think staying in Canada right now, it makes the most sense. Not because I'm necessarily like living for free, right? Because I'm living with my parents, but for the reason that Canada is really good for people who make like under mid six figures, or like, I guess under six figures, Canada is the place to live. The second you go over that, US is a bit better. Also, it depends if you're an employee or a business. Owning a business in the US is 100 times better than in Canada, just because the way that things work. Like, Canada is meant for employees. Like, I sat down once with Josh and I was like, look at all these laws comparing to you guys have, and it just makes no sense. I think a new law wouldn't be changing who is to prove, but how proof is maintained, collected. IT is basically one person's word versus another person, unless they took it up upon themselves to make notes. Yeah, it's just, it's so hard, dude. Like you know how when someone tells you, like, when someone's like trying to prove a point and they tell you if you smile it's true, and then you end up smiling just forcefully? I feel like that's what it is. Is Canada good for getting a degree though? Yes and no. Because you pay a lot of fee. Like, okay, if you come to Canada as a student, you're not gonna own a car, you're not gonna own a place, you're just gonna pay an apartment rent, cheap food, and you're just gonna go to school, then yeah, that's better in Canada. But if you're gonna like try and actually live your life, Canada's probably not the best. Better than the US, let's put it like that. HRB like that, true. Just because in Canada, while school is pretty cheap, like so I had the option of going, I applied to 2 colleges, one being public and one being private. The private one was like $3,000 semester, and the public one was free, technically. We'll get to that in a sec. I didn't actually make it into the public one. I made it into the private one, so I had no choice to go to this private one. $3,000 a semester isn't crazy. I was like, okay, whatever, I'll do it. It's not crazy. The thing is, you're paying so much school tax every year if you own real estate, and everyone pays so many taxes and fees on everything that these schools get a shit ton of money per student. Also, where I live in Canada, I live in Montreal, which is a lot of English people, but in a French province, If your school is the more French your school is, the more money the more assistance they get from the government. So like if you teach classes in English, you're gonna be more private school because the government wants you to be teaching French. Like a lot of my friends who didn't end up going to English schools went to public French schools where they learn everything in French, like math and science and whatever. The problem is, what if like no one in your family speaks French and you're like first generation in Canada like me? Right? That's tricky. Like I have no one to help me with French in my life other than the teacher in the class, but there's 40 other students in the class, so it's really tricky. So they made this law that if you immigrated to Canada in a certain time frame, you're allowed to take English classes within the French school. It's so dumb, dude. Don't even try and dig into it. It's so dumb. Which country? So like certain people who come here after a certain year, let's say it was 2005, are mandatory now have to learn French. But if you came before that, you don't. It's at mine end. Just want to say thanks for the help you and Josh give. Of course, dude. Thanks for sending it in. We'll open it up actually right now. I'm considering Canada over USA right now because of the recent issues, and the fees are like 10 times more. Yeah, I think as an international student, Canada would make more sense. You affiliated with Josh? What do you mean by that? I'm not Josh's brother. Get out with that shit. He'd be talking about me in a video. They make you learn French in grade 4? Well, I had to learn it from grade 1. But my grandmother speaks French. Everyone else in my family doesn't. Or my dad does, but my grandmother speaks French, so. What do you mean if I affiliated with Josh? Drew. And no, I'm not his brother. He's trolling. If you were to move to Europe, you know what looks really crazy? I remember watching this in a movie. What's that movie? It's like a car racing movie with the guy from Breaking Bad, Jesse from Breaking Bad. What's his name? Paul something? I think his name was Paul. Jesse Breaking Bad. What's his name? Jesse Pinkman? Aaron Paul. So Aaron Paul movies. Quick, one sec, chat. I'm gonna find this quick. I'll do it so you guys can see it. Aaron Paul movies, racing movie. What was it called? Need for Speed? Is that what it was called? In 2014? Yeah, Need for Speed. Need for Speed movie, last seen location. Yes. I'd love to live in a place like this. Just like out in the wilderness. What the fuck? This is a house? This looks like a goddamn mansion. What the hell is that? NFS? What's NFS? Oh yeah, Need for Speed, yeah. In California? No, but look at that. That'd be so cool. Just like out in the middle of nowhere. I don't know, so like we have this one area here. I'm not gonna search it up because I'll dox myself, but we have like these farmhouses, I guess they're called. And I would love to see if I can just get one with decent internet and just rent it out for the cost of like an apartment in the city. Farmhouses, they're small though. These are like mansion, small. They're like 2-3 bedrooms. I guess like this. They're like your typical like redneck house. But you get like a whole like farmland and it's all fenced and stuff. I'm sure my dog would love to just go out all day and run around. I don't know if I'd really enjoy it. I don't know. It's weird. Kind of like this. But the cost to rent one of these is about the same price as renting an apartment in the city I live in. And I don't really need to live in the city. I don't work in the city. I work remote. So like imagine if I could just do that and have like a shed with all my tools. I don't have to work in my room anymore. Like now for those of you who actually like watch my personal channel, which I'm going to plug right now, I make like robots and stuff on stream and on videos, and then I teach you guys how to do them. Like we built like a robot that plays the Google Chrome game, like an actual physical robot that like presses the space bar. We built a Roomba that instead of cleaning, throws dirt on the floor. The recent one was TwitchBot that shocks me live. Like we built a bunch of robots on stream, so like I do all that stuff in my room on my main desk. Like I put my keyboard away and I work here. So being able to get more room to work would be really cool. Like dedicate a room to just tools and stuff. Yeah, so that's the context, but like you can't do that in an apartment. Imagine like having a saw in an apartment, just hearing the whole wall shaking and stuff. Like that wouldn't work. Ah, shit. Kenny, I think his name's Kenny. Kevin. Sorry. Kevin, I see it. Try my best to censor everything. Awesome, dude. Thanks for doing that. This actually looks pretty clean. Do you like the less electrocuted Michael Reeves? I like Michael Reeves' content, but I want to be a little bit more educational. Cause I remember seeing videos like Michael Reeves and like Mark Rover, whatever his name is, and all those other guys, and wanting to do that stuff, but not knowing how. I want to make like the Michael Reeves content, but more educational, or at least make some like cool Michael Reeves style videos, and then go and make educational videos. Like now, the next video I'm making is I'm gonna take one of these super strong LED garage lights. Like, look how strong that fucker is. And I'm gonna automate it to activate when I take my dog outside at night. Because now I take her out at night and I can't see shit. So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna rip it apart, I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. And like right now we have a physical switch, right? So like when I click, there's a click, and it goes on and off. We're gonna rip apart the physical switch, and we're gonna put an Arduino instead. And that Arduino, when it sees something, when it visually sees something, it's gonna activate the light instead of the physical switch. Like that'd be so cool to show people how to do, and then actually building it for myself because I need it. Versus like making every video something super dumb. Mike Reeves is awesome, but he does skim over technical parts, but that's on purpose, right? Like, I totally understand why he does it. One, he doesn't give a fuck about explaining it, which is totally understandable. And two, his audience doesn't give a shit. That's why Michael Reeves is getting 10,000 views, 10 million views a video instead of like 500,000. If he was technical, no one would watch because no one cares. Only a very small group of people care. But that's where I want to come in. I have the viral videos, and then also have the videos of like, hey, you like that viral shit? Here's how you do it. You could buy an already built one, of course, but I can build it. I have a light already. I love Live Overflow because he's technical. Yeah, but like you wouldn't go to Live Overflow for like fun stuff, would you? For like entertainment stuff. You would probably go to like one of those channels that like hack into like Indian scammers' computers and delete all their files and stuff. It was like what are they called? There's a name for them, I don't remember. I love his content, but his community is kind of weird, I guess, because and honestly anyone in cybersecurity is kind of weird because they try and act like they're Rogue One. They're like a secret agent for the FBI, and you can't know their first letter of their name or they'll die. You know, privacy is like the only word they use. Every third word in their vocabulary is privacy. And all they do is talk about like C. That's cybersecurity for you. Wait, I'm studying cybersecurity. Well, Driz, it's probably you. No, cybersecurity is actually really cool. But a lot of the people in it are like that. At least the ones I've met. They're very, very secretive and all that. And I can understand why, because they see the dark side of the internet, right? And they'll never come back. Alright, let's go over this resume quickly and we can continue with the fun stuff. I mean, this is fun, but still. Name, city, state, sure. One thing I'd put actually, personally, Kevin, instead of city, state, or somewhere on here, put the job title. That's something I've been doing lately. Or I've been telling people to do lately because it makes more sense as somebody who's reviewing. Actually, no, that's not true. Okay, for me, it makes more sense if you can tell me in chat what kind of job you're going for so I can give you advice based off of that job. I guess if you're sending a resume, obviously they know what the job is like gonna be. But for me, I don't know what you want, like a software development job, you want a web development, like what? I've experienced in electronic manufacturing and 3 years of electrician training. My goal is to incorporate my passion for technology in a professional setting. Okay. We'll come back to this. But let's go with everything else. Okay, education. Where's your skills? Skills. Up. You need to go skills, projects, experience, Oh my god. Education. That's a top-notch E right there. College. Okay, so let's start with your skills. Software, circuitry, hardware, tools. So what kind of job are you going for, Kevin? Before we do this, I'm gonna give you a minute to answer that. What's up, JP? Perfect timing. Just looking at your channel, definitely got another follower. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that. Doing my best. I wanna get more consistent on it. It's very hard holding 2 channels, but I'm not doing a great job on either channel, so I need to put a lot of work into one. And I'm probably gonna do my personal one just because right now, if I'm honest, I've been the only one putting effort into this channel for the past couple months. It's just a little difficult, right? It's cool to see the stuff you can do on the internet, but I'm still not sure if I want to do cybersecurity or development. I think you could jump from either one to either one. Anything in electrical electronics, really? Okay, so maybe try and find something specific you're going for, or a couple specific ones, and cater resumes to those jobs. Like, we've had people who love to do machine learning and love to do web development, and they've made a resume for both. And this is very problematic because you don't have much room, and you have to cater to certain needs. Like when you make a web development resume, you want to talk about skills in your jobs and things like that that relate to your web development jobs. And if you're doing machine learning, you have to do machine learning. It's very difficult to do both, so that's what I would say. If you okay, let's say you want to go into hardware automation. Let's just give a random title. Then you would have a bunch of things that relate to that. Like, what skills do you need as a hardware automation specialist or whatever it's called? And then you would be like, oh, at this job I did this, and then that skill would be something that would work for that job. Your personal channel fills up a bigger gap on YouTube IMO. I think so. I think that's why I need to focus on it more. Like, this channel is really good, and I would love to make more content on this channel. Like, I have one thing that I want to make. I have to make a WordPress site for my mom. She's a freelance photographer. She paid somebody to make her website. They did a terrible job. And now she went back to them and she was like, hey, the website's not working. And they're like, oh, we want a couple $1,000 and we'll make you a new one. I'm pretty much scamming her. So I was like, hey, I'll just make you a new one and then I'll monetize it through content. Oh god, WordPress. See, WordPress isn't the problem. The people who use WordPress are the problem. That's why I self-host. Oh yeah, I host my WordPress stuff. But I build the WordPress stuff myself. Like, I'll use WordPress as a base and then everything on top of it I'll add. Cybersecurity is cool, but it scares me. Yeah, it could be. But even as a developer, like, I remember one of my jobs, we were working on a POS system, which is called point of sale system. And point of sales is sales, and you have a bunch of information coming through, like credit cards and whatever. And there were times where, like, one of us was working on the dev database, and like we deleted all the credit cards or something, or we screwed up something. And like that, you know, it's scary. It happens. We even had like social security numbers and stuff, and like, yeah. That's why they were really rough on who gets to access the database. But I remember once doing my SQL query and seeing a bunch of social security numbers. Yeah, it was like all this power I now have. I picked up a couple of poorly serviced built WordPress sites in the last couple months. They're horrible to work on. Yeah, they are. Just honestly, with how easy it is to start WordPress, just make a new one. That's what I'm gonna do. Someone's storing SSNs and SQL in plain text. No, it was actually, I don't remember. I just remember seeing the numbers. I just don't remember if they were. I think we had them encrypted. I was just accessing the developer database, so maybe it was encrypted. I don't remember. Now that I think of it, it's like, wait, that is really weird. I don't remember, dude. That's weird. I just remember a couple people killing the database, and everyone was like, haha, you did it, haha. You know, even though nothing happened, they just put a new one. Alright, so education, college, city, state, perfect, end date, beautiful. GPA, don't need that. No one cares. And like, I'm being super critical, but yeah, no one cares. They're not gonna be like, oh wow, it's not a 94, or it should have been higher or lower or whatever. They're like, don't put that. Just talk, like, take that room and just talk about skills in technical high school here and your college that can relate to the kind of jobs you're going for. Like, you did electrical engineering. That's awesome, dude. Talk about, you have 2-3 bullet points. Put things that are really cool that you did in that engineering degree. Maybe something you built, like I built this, and it did this. Or talk about a specific class you learned and how you learned to do something. Maybe link to a project. That'd be where I would do that. Company assistant intern, researched alien life and architects, a bit over 15. That's pretty cool. Wired shipments. That's pretty cool. Dude, this is actually pretty good. I would personally reword this. Because you did like really cool stuff here. I don't know if assistant intern, like... That's rough. What do you guys think? Like, morally, I know it's not the nicest thing if you were to change it, but personally, I don't give a fuck. I'm not telling you to lie. I'm just... This feels like it's not doing you justice with the kind of work you did here. Like, this sounds like a job. And then you're saying assistant intern. That sounds wrong. Part-time instead of intern. That could work too, actually. But you're working full-time. I don't know. You see, it's triggering me. That's like saying, like, I worked on the website, I worked on the database, I actually wrote features for the main site, I even did some DevOps. Oh, but I was an intern. Like, you did a, you know, high-level job, but you calling yourself an intern, it just feels dumb. Won't they care more about the bullets on the title? It's predetermining the way they're gonna feel about it, right? Like, if I say I'm an intern or a senior level engineer, before I even tell you what I did at that job, you already have a mindset of that position and how you feel about it. A lot of times interns are seen as the people who bring the CEO coffee. And like that's our like notion about it. At least that's how I feel about it. When I hear intern versus job, I think highly of the job. No one feels like that? Maybe it's just me. How often do you do these streams? Usually a couple times a week, probably like 3 or 4 times a week, 5 times a week. Actually no, 3 to 4. Intern, senior engineer. Yeah, I mean, that would sound bad too. Solar panel array. Oh wait. Okay, so this is the first experience, and then we go, take off dates on your projects. I don't think they matter. Like, why would they need to know when it was built? If they want to see if it's relevant or not, they'll actually look at it. Wire the array, DC, disconnect, inverter, and solar panels in a small team. Tested panels with flashlight. 3 family overheads. Okay, so you know what would be something cool that I'm thinking about right now? If you can link me maybe to a portfolio site or something where you had these projects and you had full descriptions of them with pictures, and then you had like your diagram, like your schematics of how you built everything, like that'd be so cool. If you could do that or something like that, even if you had like just like a generic white page and you just had a couple pictures and a couple notes, that'd be so cool to see that. Maybe even some progress pictures versus seeing just text. But that's just me. That's what I would do. I'm visual. Why are the DC disconnecting for her? The panels with flashlights in the dark mesh voltages with a multimeter. 3 family overhead surface mounted and wired the power panels. Disconnect risers. Ooh, I got like 36 here. My wires are thick. 22. 22. See that? See those thick wires? I'm trolling. No, 12 is way thicker. What am I talking about? Through conduct and armored cable that we prepped. I think I'm trying to see. Okay, so right now what's going through my head is you don't talk enough about your projects. I'm trying to see, like, room-wise what we could do here. Poetry club. What does the poetry club have to do? Okay, what did these things have to do with your current job and skill set? I've got 24, damn. Extra thick. Yeah, so like what does Poetry Club and Green Team have to do? I'm being super critical right now. What I'm trying to say is they're kind of irrelevant. The only way you'd keep these on here is if you can point out like certain skills that you did in Poetry Club and Green Team that would purely relate to the kind of jobs you're going for. Like if one thing I would focus on, if you were like in a team that you could not work with a team, that everyone has to do. Yeah, I don't know. Like they're very like soft skills that you have to have anyways. I feel like you should get rid of this leadership section and just go a little bit deeper into everything. Like your projects, maybe make another project and add it in there. Talk a little bit more about these projects. Experience you talk about really well, I think. Like personally, I think this is really well right here. Let me highlight, please. Computer. Okay, whatever. You get the point. I think you did that really well, actually. Maybe you could talk a bit more about your education. If you have anything special you did in electrical engineering that you can point out here. Projects solve problems to talk about solutions. That's actually a great idea, Crystal. If you could talk, like, especially hardware projects, talk about what they solved. Like, what did your solar panel array do instead of just how you built it? Be like, this was built for this thing and it solved this problem. That'd be a great idea, actually. Leadership is important, but it's even more important to have leadership within your... Well, it's just hard to prove it. And also, like, leadership in your poetry club is not necessarily going to be the same thing as a full engineering team working on hardware projects. I don't see the value in it. Maybe somebody would. But I see other things that need a bit more... He needs to talk about a little bit more. Like these. Especially if they're at the top. Like, first of all, you should reorganize this. Skills, projects, experience, education. Exactly reverse it. But yeah, I think you need to talk about certain things a little bit more. College now? At a community college? Wait, what? College now? You trying to say like you're there now? If that's what you're doing, I'd remove that. Even though the dates are late. Just, yeah. I've experienced electronic manufacturing and 3 years of electrician training. My goal is to incorporate my passion for technology into a professional setting. I feel like you need to reword this. I have experience in electronic manufacturing. Seems like bad English. College now, as in the college now. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just like a typo, but I wouldn't say that on my resume. College now. Isn't college a dual enrollment thing with high schools? Isn't college now? Oh, is college now a thing? Oh, it is a thing. A unique delivered dual credit program offered at Confederation College. Okay, I don't know enough about this, but how important is that to put here? Okay, so what I see here is that because of when you finished high school and your degree date, like we're able to tell your age. Because you recently just okay, so what I'm thinking is he's just finished high school now and he's about to start next semester, this degree. Which is going to take him 4 years to do, at least. This is tricky. Right? Because it looks good. He's starting his degree, but then it also screams, I haven't started. College tomorrow, college later. Wait, are you in here, Kevin? Can you maybe fill us in on this? Did you, with college now, did you maybe start doing credits already for your degree? Is that why your degree's on there? Is that how it works? College never. Oof. Yeah, it's a thing? Okay. But how does that work? College Sunday someday. You guys are savages. Ripping college now apart. This is tricky. This is another reason why I don't put education at the top. I took college classes I could possibly transfer. Gotcha. We're trolling. I know. How do I get my resume reviewed? Oh, there's an email on the screen. Just send it to that. It's actually right down there. I can't do this. This is too much brain power right here. Right there. Let's do a quick overview because we've been on this for too long. But quick overview. Go more in depth about what you're doing at everything here. Try and emphasize on your projects what problem they solved, especially in the top corner. Wait, oh no. Especially because hardware projects always solve like a physical problem, right? Like if you need efficient electricity, you'd build a solar panel. I need lights for my backyard, so I'm gonna build an automated light. Like you talk about those things. I think that aspect is really nice for people. Also for people who don't totally understand all the hardware stuff. Like you're talking about wired the array, DC disconnect, inverter, and solar panels in a small team. Like the HR person's not gonna understand a fucking word of that. They probably don't know what DC is versus AC, let alone what an inverter is or any of that stuff. So try and sell yourself a bit more. I don't think that really sells you. I think that's just a part of it. I think being like, well, I built this project, and if you built it on a team, it's up to you if you want to say you built it with a team or not. I'd say don't say with a team unless they want to know more about it. Just because they might be like, oh, well, how much work did he do and how much work did the team do? I'd just put you. I don't think anyone on your team would get mad about that, and if they do, who cares? I'd replace college now with dual enrollment IMO. I think that's better advice too. I think that's good advice, just because I have no fucking clue what college now is until you guys started memeing me up. Have you seen my portfolio and resume on Discord? Uday? I think so. Oh, you just sent it to me? Can you do me a favor, Uday? Can you email it to the email on the screen? Because then I don't have to download it. And I don't really want to download anything off of Discord. On Josh or Mike? Oh, the one right here on the screen. grindreel@gmail.com. College now. I actually got in trouble for that, for saying that you'd worked on something not with a team. I've never got in trouble for that. Because I don't. I really like emphasize like I don't know. It's tricky. College before now. This is the biggest meme yet on this channel. It is a pretty weird name though, college now. It seems like a typo. Like why is he saying college now? Is it like barbarian language? Like me do college now. Me dum college now. Me smart college tomorrow. Yeah, just go more in depth, Kevin. I think you would benefit from removing leadership and focusing on more projects, for the sole reason that when you're done your engineering degree, everyone is going to have engineering degree, and everyone is going to have a project or two. You want to set yourself apart from all these other students that you're going against, because you are quite young, finishing high school now. So I think focus right now on more projects, and then going in depth on what the reason, or why the project, like what is it doing, what is it solving. I think that was really good advice. Achievements, Snap-on digital multimeter certification. Yeah, get rid of that. Sorry, just get rid of that. Save that room. Add more projects. Maybe make 2 more projects, go in depth. Like projects are so important in the kind of industry you're going to, especially because once you have the degree, you're gonna go into the entry, and then they're gonna be like, okay, he's got the degree, and what else? That's like an algo expert ad. Oh god. Those ads were so cringy. We roasted those ads one of those streams. I was like, all right, here's a good ad, and then here's the algo expert ad. It just doesn't entice you to buy. It's just like a girl that's supposed to bait a bunch of developers. Like, hey, you need code help. You need. You need code help. You want code help? College now. Algo expert now. You know, like that's what it feels like. How can you advertise college? Just say now. College now. I'll go expert. Thanks for sending it in, Kevin. Hopefully between all the memes, there was some good advice there. Fringe ads. I don't know. Like we talked about it. It's just like when you're selling something, you want to. Like the second half of that Algo Expert ad was pretty good because it was like you do problems and you run into issues with the problems and then you have somebody help you with those problems. Like that was nice. But the starting point, like I don't know. Like YouTube ads, you have like what is it, 5 seconds until they click skip, unless you pay more or something like that, where they have to watch 30 seconds of the ad. Like I don't know. I'd also be probably making Twitch ads. I think Twitch right now is a great platform to make ads on, and I think with Twitch, if it doesn't break TOS, I think maybe the best thing is to go to Twitch streamers and say, hey, play this video on your stream. Instead of going to Twitch and paying Twitch to put the video on the stream, go to the streamer. Be like, and then the streamer could be like, hey, if any of you are interested in making games kind of like the ones we're playing right now, today's sponsor, Mike, he makes courses on how to make video games, and if any of you are interested, here's the thing. Yeah, something like that. Laughs and ad blocker. Yeah, also you'd skip ad blocker because the streamers would be physically presenting it, and everyone listens to the streamer. No one watches ads. I think that's a big marketing thing. I just don't know if TOS would allow it. Laughs and ad blocker, but yes, I've had those ad blockers on my phone. Yeah. Last 10 days, I'm getting 30 seconds ad. Yeah, people are spamming them. Those ads are cringe. Aloha uses his girlfriend. I think it's smart to a certain point using a girl in an ad, and let's be honest, we know why. But I got YouTube Pro or whatever it's called, so no ads for me. Nice. I might do that. The problem is I have like 3 accounts I go between every day. So if I have YouTube Pro on one account, it doesn't transfer, so it'd be annoying. That'd be cool to have a stream where we can make a game from scratch. We could do that. I've done that a couple times, but that's when I was learning how to do it. Now I can show you guys how to do it. Just get an ad blocker. I don't mind supporting the creators that I watch. I don't really. I think I subbed once in my life to somebody on Twitch, like with a credit card sub, not like a Twitch Prime. He was doing like rock paper scissors shoot on stream. And he picked me in chat, and I was like, fuck it, let's do it. And I lost. And then I subbed to him for 1 free sub or whatever. It was like a smaller streamer too, so I was like, whatever, I'll do it. What resume builder is that? What do you mean? This is just, we're just viewing a resume. But if you want a resume site, Canva.com, I think, Canva. And then one that I like to use, I actually paid for it once, was Crello. Crello is where we built certain products actually on the Grinderville store. I built these, actually. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. These were a bunch of free products we made. I just made mine in Word. I don't like Word because of the way the formatting gets screwed up if you move it to PDF from a doc file or like a docx file. I stopped paying for no ads on YouTube because I missed the movie trailer ads. Those are my favorite. True. That's actually really true. One thing that'd be cool if we did like streams where we can all do something together. or like chat can try and like do something with me, and like you guys vote, and it's like an interactive tutorial where like you guys, like I do something and I'm like, all right, now you guys have to figure out how to do the next step, and then everyone clicks on the screen and it tells me like 90% of the people clicked on this spot. I know there's a thing we could do like that. I just have to figure out how it works. Like it's like you have like an extension on your Google Chrome or whatever, and you click on your video in a spot, and then it tells me how many people clicked in a certain spot, and then you guys can like do the tutorial with me. I think that'd be pretty cool. That'd be nice. We could do it on Twitch. Yeah, the problem with Twitch is like right now we have like 14 to 25 people in here. I think that's like what the range has been, 25 to 40 people. How do I move all of you over to Twitch? Right? Like if I post my Twitch link in chat right now, like maybe 3 of you will go when I stream on Twitch, maybe 3. So yeah. We'll have to figure out how to do it on YouTube. Okay. So we did this resume. We said it needs to be reorganized. Certificates, formal education. It's just very, yeah. It's just needs work. You have a lot of talking about your experience, which isn't bad, but your skills need to be kind of cleaned up. Like cooperation with stakeholders is not. I don't think it's a skill worthy of putting on your resume, because cooperation with stakeholders is like, if you don't do that, you don't have a job. Like, what are you gonna do if you tell your stakeholder, no, I'm not doing that? Like, what does that mean? You just get fired. Just tell you, hey, you're not listening to the company, you're fired. Right? Jira and Confluence, are those really skills worth putting on your, like, what is Jira is just like another Trello board app, another organization app. Like, I don't think they're really hard to learn. Market research, what does that mean? Hold up, you play League? We should game sometime. I'm down. Please teach me. Actually, you know what? Quick shout out to myself. I gotta hide it quickly on stream. I got smacked today, but I had a game. I played a bit this morning, really. I woke up at like 7 in the morning. I wasn't gonna stream then, so. Oh my god, the ads. Alright, look at these last 4. 888, 96, 18, 463, 98. Just literally carrying every team. I have to point that out. Okay. I'm actually too good for iron garbage players. Oh wait, Uday, did you send in your resume? We'll do yours. I don't think anyone else sent their resume. I think these are just general ones. Let's check. Oh, Val, I have yours. Let's pull up Val's. This, I think. Wait, you sent in 2 things. What is resume and resume? Lots of personal info, but I don't care much if you dox me. Okay. Everyone, go to this address right now. But you sent in 2 things though. What is the difference? Or are they the same thing? One's a PDF, one's a Word. Let's get rid of the one. Let's look for you, Day, quick. Luke sent in something. Luke, are you in this stream? I think I saw Luke. Beta resume. I think that's Luke. Hey, Mike. Oh, there we go. Another one. Another one. Another. Spam, maybe? You, Day? Affiliate email. Oh god, dude, these are disgusting. They're just like, Josh, you need to do all the work and then you'll get a bit of money. But do all the work. Yeah, Uday, I don't see your email. Maybe you didn't send it in. Soy easy. You're a Harrycam main, nice bro. Now I am, because he's so good. I got him like a day ago. Resume roast. Let's do it. I played like 9-10 years and spent like 700. I think I spent like 200 now. Kind of dumb. Out every champ, never spent $1 in the game. I don't mind. Like, I don't mind putting $10 down for a skin. I'm okay with it. I also have Valorant, but I suck at it. Valorant's just a little annoying, but I think they fixed it now because of the new update. Like when I was playing, I got Valorant when it first came out, within like a week of it coming out, and it was just like I was running it like decent settings, but I was getting like 150 frames, and then at one point it was like 30, and it was back to 150, and then it's back, and I was like, oh fuck. I'm a CS:GO guy, so those some rookie numbers. I was like, I think the highest I hit in Valorant was gold, which isn't too bad. That's like the equivalent of like, I don't know, the higher top half of CS:GO ranks. Mine still does that. Yeah, it's pretty annoying. I had enough of that. Also, the biggest problem about video games in general is the way they market it. So like, you have for a League player. Oh no, I'm a CS:GO player, and then I got into League. And I've been playing League for like 2-3 months, and now I got into Valorant and whatever. But no, the problem with the video games and the way they're built and marketed is really smart when it comes to the emotional control. So like the games have really good emotional control because they play with your dopamine, right? When you do really well in the game, you're so happy you could dance. You could literally get up and like start dancing with your feet and throwing your hands up in the air, like you are so happy. But when you lose, you are so mad, you are slamming your fist into the desk, you're punching a hole through the wall. Everyone has like these emotional jumps. And that's what games do to you. And in most games, they have normal ranked for when you just want to hang out with your friends and just try new things, and it's okay if you lose. And then they have ranked mode. And ranked mode is the try-hard mode. It's where you actually try to do your best so that you can rank up and get a decent rank and be proud of yourself and all. Like that's how games are built. Let's be honest, okay? And the problem is people play ranked and they don't take it seriously, ruining your experience, making you very frustrated. And it just kind of ruins you. Games are the single best thing that ever happened to my emotional composure. Took a lot of work. Oh yeah, for me, like when I stream games, people are always like, oh, Mike's about to get angry. And I really don't. I just hate when I put in a lot of work and someone ruins it. Like that game you guys saw where I was like 26-20. That's like a KDA of 40-6. Whatever the ratio is if you want to cut it down. 40-6. That's huge. I had to work so hard for that one. Mike is holding it inside. You see, Driz is just trolling me, okay? But that's how games work. That's like the emotional manipulation behind them. And it's very frustrating. That's why I stopped playing League. Yeah, it takes all it takes is one person to ruin the... Exactly. If you give a lot of points and money to the one hyper carry chimp on the other team, yeah, it's over. Like I was playing a couple games yesterday night where I was doing really well. I was killing it. I'm talking like I had 5 kills within 5 minutes as a jungler. That's huge. I ganked every lane at like level 2. I got in the kills. I was doing amazing. And then all it took was for one top lane Poppy to feed 0 and 10 within 20 minutes to, I think it was a Tryndamere if I remember correctly. That's all it took. And that one person just hyper carried the whole other team and ruined the game for us. And yeah, games take 20 to 15 minutes, and if you get punished if you have to leave. Exactly. Anyone remember CS 1.6 spamming? Yeah, CS 1.6 was pretty, yeah. I mean, I remember Call of Duty on Xbox One, when someone would like DM you on Xbox One, be like 1v1 me with a really bad word following. You can use your creativity there. And then they would like, yeah, they would just like get a call with you and like scream at you in the mic. You're so bad, kid. You know, like just so toxic. 90% of the time, it's gonna be a shitty game before you hit the 20-minute mark. I think that's a mentality thing, Val. I don't often think that. I'm just like, you know what? It's 15 minutes. I'm gonna do my best, try and get as best as I can, even if the team's doing a really bad job. And then from there we'll go. From there we'll just FF if it's still bad. Trend one-shot build. I mean, that's what Trend is, right? That's literally what Trend is. Just lifesteal. No, sorry, crit and attack speed. 1v1 Rust. Yeah, I mean that. Yeah. Jailbreaks, zombie mod. Oh yeah, dude. I mean, those who ain't in rage in chat, there's no out when you spot it. So what I've been doing is muting both chats. Just muting both chats. No, I don't want to hear from my team, even if it's good stuff. I don't want to hear from the other team if it's good stuff. I don't care. Yeah, we kind of went on a tangent here. But I like it. This stuff has some marketing to it. Like if you look at it from a marketing standpoint, games are really smart. They are really freaking smart. All right, so we got Timothy J. Frank. All right. Wall bangs. How long will we be streaming for? I'm not sure. I'm not really in a rush to stop for at least another hour, I think. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so this was from one of you. I don't remember who, so I'm gonna check quickly. Oh yeah, Luke, yours is here. Who sent this one in? The Timothy one? Was it Val's? Yes, that was Val's. Okay. Just so you know who to talk to in chat. That's me? Okay. Geo2, 5 Mountain, nice choice, bro. I used to have a different one, but it broke. So I said, screw it, I'll go for the G502. Aren't phones super non-erg? Yeah, phones are not, because they make you do that thing where you put your pinky at the bottom, so that it doesn't just slide out your hand. Yeah, and then like you get your pinky like bent after years of using a phone. Weird. G903 huge pog? Is that a thing? Is 903 even a thing? Wireless? Oh yeah, I don't know if I needed wireless. I just didn't want to waste bat. Like I already have my headphones that are battery, and I always forget to charge them. So I'll be like talking to somebody or streaming or whatever. I'll go for a walk with my dog, and like right as I'm at the halfway point of my walk, my headphones die. So now it's like I have to walk the whole way without being able to listen to anything. It's super frustrating. Collect a bunch of dust though. It's kind of nasty. Do you recommend using a regular white Word doc format or those fancy resume templates? I think the white and black are the best. Sorry for the mic there. I think white and black is the best because simple is and clean is perfect. It's okay if you put a bit of color, you put a bit of dark blue in there or whatever, it's fine. But if you start coloring the whole thing, I think it's too much. I was the same way when I tried it and it was game changing. What up, JC? Damn, we're popping off today. A lot of new people. Or a lot of people who we haven't seen in a while. Okay. Let's go over this. So, first thing, context for chat. This is a long-ass resume. I don't want to read the whole thing. I'm being super critical right now, so don't take this seriously, but take it seriously. This is a really long-ass resume. There's a lot. You should have it on one page. Let's see why it's not on one page. Relevant skills. If it's on your resume, it's goddamn relevant. Get rid of that word. 1 general, 2 computer science. No, that doesn't work. What kind of job? Position of interest, PHP developer. Okay, so you just want back-end PHP developer? You need to organize your stuff by front-end, back-end, and other. Not general and computer science. General skills, office technology. So you have 15 years in Microsoft Word. What does that mean? Okay, what's the difference between someone with 1 week in Microsoft Word and someone with 15 years? Muscle memory, maybe? This is not to shit on you or anything. I'm just being very critical of you because this is what they're going to be thinking when they see it. So, computer and technology, password recovery, okay, so yeah, get rid of this. This whole section right here. Delete it. It's just not relevant. It's just like password recovery, virus removal, and prevention. Like, these are great things, but that's not your job necessarily. This is more like this is not your job. This is just like, yeah. Computer science, PHP, 2 years. You don't have to put your years on it. Develop Discord bots using React PHP. Develop websites. So developed if you're gonna do that. It's okay if there's English mistakes. I'm just pointing them out for you. I did that after my partner told me to. I agree. I think it was dumb to. Yeah. So like, okay. I think the best thing would be to show you a resume in a proper format, and then you have it reformatted like that. But here's what I would do. First thing, you start with your skills, and you do front end, back end, and other. That's usually the best thing, even if you're going for a back end job, because you do have to have some front end skills to be able to just communicate and understand what the front end is going through. Because you're a team, right? You're doing one half, they're doing the other half. You need to be able to kind of communicate with them. If you spoke only French and they spoke only English, they would need to know some French and you would need to know some English so that you guys can communicate and collaborate. Because that's what happens on web apps when you're not doing full stack. So definitely that's how I like to organize it. I think it's just easy and simple for everyone. And, there's better ways.
I don't think there's a better way of doing it. Anyways, so that's what I would do. You can do 3 columns, so like 1, 2, 3, or you could do it like this, where you have like no numbers, by the way. Just let me draw it out for you. So you can either go and do like front end and then back end, other, or you can do front end, back end, other. The problem is the second format here, this one, takes a shit ton of room, so let's not do that. Let's do the column format, okay? We're getting rid of all this. Sorry, not sorry. We're getting rid of all this. Relevant skills? No, just skills. Position of interest, you can do that. If you're applying to a job, you should just take this off, I think. Because they know what you're applying to, right? Because you're applying to that job. This makes sense for me, actually. This helps me a lot. But if I was an HR at a job, I don't think you would need that. That's just being honest. Okay. Address, you don't need that on there. They don't need your address. Phone number is great because they can just call you right away and be like, hey, can you come in for an interview? Email is great. You need a GitHub on here and a LinkedIn. Your camera is covering. Oh, sorry, guys. Okay. Let me redraw it. Front end, back end, other. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's the format I would go with. Just because obviously we have a space issue on your resume here. Because it's long as fuck. It's not that bad, but it's pretty long. Okay. Next. Let's go through your skills quickly. I didn't do that. PHP 2 years, get rid of the 2 years. Develop Discord bots. No, that's going to be in your project. So all you want to do is list the skills. You don't want to list skills and have descriptions for them. PHP, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Ajax, SQL, Git, whatever, and that's fine. You do not want to do descriptions. That they will see. Developing transaction queries, like that is SQL. Like you just put SQL and you're good. They'll figure out how good and what you can do in SQL by looking at your projects, which is what proves these skills. Saying you can do PHP for 2 years isn't much for me. Seeing a good project in PHP is like, that's nice. Okay. Experience. Information technologies. Owner. Yeah, so get rid of this. They're gonna be like, wait, he owns this like company or name or whatever. They're gonna want to know more about it, and they're gonna be like, wait, why is he doing this if he's working for us? Get rid of that. I get why you're doing that. That's cool and all, but get rid of that. AR goggles will replace smartphones? I don't think so. I don't really want to wear things on my face. I want to put it in my pocket or be able to drop it and leave it. Honestly, pretty optimistic for the future. AR goggles would be cool, but I wouldn't want that. Like, I don't want big... Like, even VR right now is a problem for 2 reasons. It's really expensive, and the headset's weigh a fuck ton. Like, your neck physically hurts when you're done playing VR. Like, I remember when I was developing that VR game, like, the one issue was that it was tiring as hell. Like, I got a decent amount of the game done, and I just couldn't do the rest because I was dying. I was standing all day developing, and then going to my computer, taking off the headset, taking off the gloves, or sorry, the knuckles, typing code, putting it on, testing it out, like, repeating that killed me. I was like, fuck that. Stupid VR. Yeah, so get rid of this. Computers and beyond, location closed, just delete that. If they want to know more, they'll ask you. Okay, so one thing you're doing here is every time you talk about something, you have like colons after, and then you have like a description of it. Just put that thing. So like, computers and beyond, comma, assistant manager. And then under that, 3 bullet points where you put 3 short sentences of what you did there. And you try and, the sentences, try and relate them to your current job. Like, what did you do as an assistant manager that you can reuse that skill as a PHP developer? That's what you got to put in mind. Because there's certain things an assistant manager does that PHP developers don't do that you could put on there and waste a bunch of space and stuff. Holding up phone is such a pain in the ass. I need wireless headphones. Wireless headphones are okay. Everyone forgets about the part charging them, and it sucks. Links. Yeah, get rid of this stuff. Links, GitHub, you should just be at the top. You don't need a link section. LinkedIn, same thing. Make them clickable. I don't think they're actually clickable. Oh, they are clickable. Excuse me. They are. But yeah, still, put those at the top, so get rid of that. That would save you a bunch of space. Then you get rid of this. That would save you a bunch of space. You're gonna get rid of this, and then you're gonna reorganize your computer science section. Dude, we can finish this on one page, 100%. Let's look at the last part. Oh my, this is long. Holy moly. Okay. Customer service. Skies Enterprises Inc. Remote. Wait, what's the difference between customer service and experience? Wait. Experience, information technologies. Oh yeah, no, don't do this. Do this jobs. Organize it by jobs. Computers and beyond, comma, assistant manager, bullet points. Under that, Skies Enterprise, comma, whatever position you were, or whatever position you want to call yourself. I would just say teacher instead of tech support, whatever. Just put teacher if that sounds better. And then a couple bullet points of what you're doing there. Bed Bath and Beyond. Okay, so here's the problem. You're putting experience here, obviously, to make it seem like you didn't just sit on your ass for the past, 10 years. But not all of this is related to your job, and it's just a bunch of reading for them to do that they don't really need to do. So you definitely... Like, okay, personally, I'd not even put these here. I would take that space and put projects, and I think that's the best thing you could do for yourself. I think the best thing you can do for yourself is just go straight to projects. Finally, a senior college. Ooh, nice. I sent my resume and portfolio. Have you received? I checked the email. I didn't see it, but I'll check again in a minute. My friend in HR told me not to use clickable links. They have policies that don't follow them. Yeah, I don't think that's... I don't know. I'd put clickable links. I definitely would put clickable links. Very important. If they print it, like, if they don't want to click on it, they don't have to. Like, yeah, you should put clickable links. Compact it to one page. Oh, 100%. That's not an option. That's what we're doing right now. I'm showing him everything he can just get rid of. After this, we'll show you a format that I like a bit more, just so that you have a little bit more of an example of what to do. Because me telling you, like, delete this, delete that, doesn't give you, I don't think, concrete examples. So we'll actually, like, maybe just draw one out. You know what? We should just make one on stream quickly. That probably would be easiest. Education, Ashford University, remote. Get rid of the remote. I don't think they need to know that. I guess if you're saying remote, like, you prove that you can work remotely, but major web. And then you have references. I never put references on my stuff. Especially because none of these references have anything to do with developer stuff. Like, what does a K-12 supervisor have to do with a PHP developer? Let's do a very, very quick thing. Rush said remote was good because it shows you've experienced. Yeah, so I can understand that. That would make sense. After reading it once, I was like, okay, maybe that does have a benefit to it. But let's go over a better format. What email did I just log into? Skip Canva Pro. Just give me an empty, please. Please give me empty. Please. Create a design. Sure. Resume? Do they have resume? Resume. They actually have some pretty nice templates here, but they like to do the double column, which I really hate. No, take off that picture, Chad. Actually, the best name for a developer, Chad. No, Olivia. Why are they putting pictures on their resumes? No, garbage. Get your face off of here. Okay. Sure, I don't really care. It seems like a way to waste ink on a printer. Excuse me, chat. Imagine if you like sneezed your nose and told everyone to go fuck themselves when you did it. It'd be funny. Don't know why. Front end. Back end. Other. Yes, that is proper spelling. HTML. Node. Git. Putting a lot of effort, as you can see. With this effort, you guys should be liking the stream. We got 13 viewers and 8 likes. Pick up your shit. Ain't doing this for free, boy. I want my likes. Alright. This is a little small. I'll make it bigger for you guys. To do... What the hell? I can't spell. I actually can't. God, I hate this. So dumb. Stop trolling me, dude. Alright, you know what? One project is enough. Fuck that. You guys want a better version of this? Go on the Grindr website and purchase my software template hashtag sellout. Grind. Fuck. Oh, are you kidding me? Meme engineer, pretty much. I actually like spend a bunch of time making like a template. So if you're interested in that, it's actually available in the store. It's what I use to get a job, and it works really well, so maybe you can use it. It's up to you, but if not, we can just show you how to do it. Alright, projects. You'll need one project. No, you need like 5. Here. Make 3 to 5 of these. Holy shit, dude, this thing is trolling me. Software engineer. Apple.co/. Whatever. Apple. HTML, CSS. HTML developer. Moved divs. Centered divs. Move divs and center divs, because that's not the same thing. Okay. Want to see what the education on my align text? Yeah, let me fix that. Let me just align it properly. Want to see what the education looked like on my actual resume? On like my real resume, like the one I got a job with? That's what it looked like. Bitch. I'm trolling too hard. Yeah, so like education, just follow the same pattern. But hopefully this gives you a better idea of how you should be doing things, Val. I think the problem with your format was okay, so while you had the information we need, you had a bunch of information around it that we don't need, that was really annoying to read. I'm being super harsh right now, but it was annoying to read and things like that. And then you also, the organization you had was everything was always like rows. So you had a 2-page resume that could have fit onto one. Like, look how simple this resume is, but you get the general idea of what I did, right? And then in the top here where skills is, maybe we would delete that, or we'd do like this, and we'd have like GitHub, LinkedIn, email. You know, like, it's super clean. Like, I think you guys understand what I do as a tech stack. You've seen my projects with links. I didn't add links, but you need to add links. Matt, you saw my experience. Everything was like really simple and organized, and it might feel dumb simple, but like, I think even with this dumbass example, you guys still understood very well what I did, right? Like, there's nothing here confusing. Like, what would you get confused about? Software engineer, comma, Apple. Under that, the tech stack, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, couple descriptions. Maybe not moved and center divs, but like a proper thing would be like, worked on the, or engineered the main site, making sure 100 million people can buy things at the same time, or something like that. At the same time, like scalability there or whatever. Just your name is enough. Jamie. Jamie Chads now. Projects above work. Skills, projects, experience, education. Skills, projects, experience, education. I swear, if this channel gets big, I will make that a t-shirt. I will wear a t-shirt live on stream that says skills, projects, experience, education. That's the formula, dude. I'm telling you. Works. Others should be tools or applications. Tools, like Git makes sense. Version control would make sense. It's really hard to think of examples on the spot. But when I look at other people's resumes, I could usually point out something that I'd put on there. And let's look at Luke's quickly. Machine learning could be one. Yeah, machine learning. Quick study, I don't know what that means. Like, okay, we'll go over Luke's in a second. I'm waiting for mine. Yeah, let's open the email quickly and see if Udays came through. It's not there, but maybe in the spam? Just got an email from Scientology Info. I'm guessing that's for Josh doing some meme. Church of... Okay, yeah, that's definitely something meme. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I just leaked to the next video. Yep. Docker, Kubernetes, yeah, things... I guess Docker can go back end. Like, it depends on how much you care. Yeah, you did. I still haven't gotten it for some reason. It's... What name are you sending it under? Are you sending it under your actual name, like Uday? I only worship code. Sorry, it magically fixes itself. True. It ran on my computer. Yeah, what's your email or your email name or the subject line of the email Uday? Only worship circuit schematics. Sorry. True. True. I only worship Arduinos and tasers. I got one right here. It's actually ready to go if I wanted to shock myself right now, which I don't want to do. See those pads on my arm? Oh, that hurts. Oh, look at my arm. Ah, look at my forearm. How? Oh, you guys can't see it. Damn, this is. That hurts. When the pad falls off, if it's shocking you, it like stings more. Why? Because it's funny. And now I have a pumped forearm as if I just went to the gym and just worked it out. See the forearm there? Yeah, see that pump? That's not even a pump, it's just a muscle. Anyways. Okay, let's look over Luke's and then Yude, oh, he sent it? Get ripped fast, true. It's supposed to be therapy, but that was not therapeutic, that was painful. Cause it starts as therapy, it feels like someone's massaging like your muscle fibers, and then it goes hard and it feels like you're flexing. And then you go one step over flex, and it feels like you're flexing so hard that something's about to like rip or break. It just feels like you're squeezing like the hardest you've ever squeezed in your life. So it's nice when you take it off. It's like if I was to do that and then take it off, it feels kind of good because your muscles are like super pumped. Like you can feel the blood pumping through them. But while it's happening, it's like I don't know. I've never flexed that hard. At least that's what like goes through my head when it's happening. Okay. Udaya, searching up your email again. Which email did you send it to? Are you sure you're sending it to the right email? Because I don't have it here or in the spam. Yeah, I think you're sending it to the wrong email. It's the one on the screen, grindreal@gmail.com. It's like a cramp? Not really. I think cramps are worse. Maybe because I don't have a switch to just turn it off. I need to buy one just for fun. It's actually like... Okay, let's try something. Let's try and use it properly, okay? One here. One here. Hope you receive now. I'll take another look. Okay. We got two on my arm. One right there, one right... You know, we could do my bicep, but it's a little bit more painful. I feel like I have shock marks. Maybe it's the glue from the pads. Alright, it's on my bicep. Shit, those bad. It's falling off! So... Oh shit, it was on! That's dangerous. I explained why in my video. How do I shock him? It's not on right now, the bot, thankfully. So let's do mode. Modulation, SD1, SD2. Burst. That sounds scary. Normal, burst, or modulation? Let's go burst. Let's go width. 300, okay. Rate? We could choose the hertz rate. I don't know, 5 hertz? One minute? Okay. The hertz rate? No, it's like... So the way it works is it... Here, I'm gonna draw it out. I have to. Because I actually, like, figured out how it all works. Oh god, I opened a Photoshop file. Not... Paint. Okay. So here... Shut up. Oh, I almost shocked myself really. Okay. So, the way it works is it sends electricity from pole 1 to pole 2 through your muscle, right? So it goes through here, hits your muscle, which could be, you know, your bicep. Right, so you put a pad here and you put a pad here and electricity will flow through. The way electricity flows through pole 1 and pole 2 is it can go on different rates, right? Because electricity can go in like long pulses, which are still a millisecond apart, and then like short pulses. And then you could choose the rate of the pulses too. So like you could do one short pulse every, let's say, half millisecond. Or you could do one long pulse every half millisecond. Or you could do a lot of short pulses within a short amount of time. Like you could choose that stuff. That's enough education for one stream. It's not resume reviews, we just did like 7. And then we're curious about how this works. So we talked about it. Mike was baiting us on time. Oh, stop it. You guys got your resume reviews. Prepare for impact. What do I hurt? Humans are great conductors. True. Josh, you still here? I got a pretty interesting email in the Grind Reel email that I think is something you're doing for your video. I was like, wait, what the hell is this? Oh, you did. I got it now. There we go. Oh, whoopsies. There we go. Oh, he left. Good meme. Don't call me on Discord. To Josh? No. This is the same situation where you do something productive for like 9 hours and your mom comes in your... Literally! I'm gonna send that to Josh after. That's literally what happened. It's okay though, he's not my mom. He ain't my mom. Alright, Luke, let's do yours. And then we'll do you days right after. Very true. Alright. Luke, last name. Sure. Computer engineering science student. Oh yeah, resume roast. With a combination of real work and academic experience. In C++, Python, embedded C development. So, dude, this is your skill section. You don't need this. This is your skill section. How long are you roasting resumes for? I don't know. Not sure. Wait, is Luke like Lucas? I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's just Luke on YouTube. No, he says no. Alright, so Luke, I'd get rid of this, to be honest. Like, this is your skill section, which you should have at the top. Like, you're making me read some skills and then go down and read some skills. Just put the skill section at the top. Okay. Microchip technology, product engineering intern, Cloudus Spings. Can you list some of the skills and techs you used here? Maybe put project engineering intern up here, and then list the tech you used down here. That's what I would do. Circuit, why do you have two lines here? It's kind of trippy. Do one bullet point line. Circuit validation data analytics using LabVIEW. So this is very technical. Just put the technical words in a list at the top here. Sorry, or like one line here. And then talk about what you did at this job, what problem, solution, what kind of work you did there, in a less technical fashion. Because you're gonna have people reading this that might not know what the hell circuit validation or data analytics or LabVIEW or any of this stuff is. See, like, this is better. Develop and test microchip product applications. C, C++, MATLAB. Yeah, exactly. Isn't that what LabVIEW is? It's like lab, like another company that does MATLAB or whatever. Or am I confusing that with something else? LabVIEW is, yeah. Any of those languages that you have to be in a school to do, or they cost a lot of money, yeah, they suck. Block programming mainly for testing, yep. Okay, so yeah, you just need to organize that a little bit better and talk about what you did at that job or internship or whatever you want to call it. Center for Open Source, okay. Developer contributor, Troy, New York. Yeah, so get rid of this double thing. It's actually pissing me off for some reason. Just put one bullet point. I don't know why you did that. Not a big deal. Summer 2020. Get rid of that. Just do bullet points and talk about what you did. Like, you don't have to tell them that. Just talk about what you did there. The tech lit thing is good. You don't have to put it as a bullet point and say tech. Just put it under the title here. Collaborated with a team of 6 to leverage satellite weather data and PyTorch machine learning. Okay, so you see, that's not terrible. But what I would say is, keep the, if you want, you can keep the collaborated with a team of 6 to leverage satellite data and predict water levels to X, Y, Z. Like, what are you solving by predicting water levels? Talk about that. If you can show the value in it, I think that goes a lot farther in the sense of making this valuable. Like, that sounds really cool. Like, you were able to take satellite data and predict water levels. What does predicting water levels do? Does it save something? Is it good for the, you're trying to find out like good numbers so you can you know, what are you doing? I have no clue. That's what I'm trying to ask here. So many weird emails. Okay. Skills, that's a lot of skills. Holy shit, they're not organized though. That's a lot of freaking skills. Object-oriented programming, get that off of there. Six Sigma green belt. I don't know what that is, but that doesn't sound relevant. Sounds like a programming website maybe. Green belt is like a level of programming. Excel, is that really a skill on here? Sure, if you want it. LabVIEW and Python, Git. Quick study, what's quick study? You trying to say like you study quick, or is that a program? That's why I would organize things like in sections. Machine learning, maybe elaborate if you can. A little bit more. Quantitative analysis, maybe elaborate a little bit more. C, data structures, embedded C, sure. Visual Basic, just do Visual Basic. You don't have to put applications. Linux, SVN, no, algorithms, get rid of that. Data analytics, go a bit more in depth. So, okay, depending on what kind of Sigma green belt is a cert, get it off of there. So here, learning quickly, yeah, get it off of there. Everyone learns quickly. Everyone says they learn quickly. Like, okay, so depending on what kind of jobs you're going to, Luke, you should be organizing your skill section to that job to make it easy for them. If there's a job you're interested in, look at what kind of skills they're asking for and try and organize it in their fashion. So, like, if you're going for a machine learning job, I would organize this maybe in certain types of skills, like you being able to do. This is rough. You be like, if you had a machine learning section and all the theoretical things you could do in machine learning. SVN is I think a type of thing you can do in machine learning, if I remember correctly. I'm thinking about something else. SVN machine learning. SVM is what I'm thinking about. Whoops, support vector machines. SVN subversion. Oh, like Git. Okay. So just put Git/SVN maybe, because Git is just a more known word. Version control and easier and worse. Okay. Yeah, just put /Git. I don't think that would hurt. Education at the bottom, perfect. Current GPA. I don't think you need to put your GPA, but yeah. If they want, they can ask you, but I think they have to get your permission to ask the school or to get it verified, or they have to do a background check. So don't give them something they don't. Don't give them something they don't need necessarily. I was too late, but I sent a PDF. Okay, we can take a look. We still got some time. Coursework, data structures, embedded control, diff. Extracurriculars, team. Coursework, data structures, embedded control. Don't put coursework, just do bullet points. Just put bullet points and talk about 3 things you did. You could do that, but this is a little bit of a weird way to write it. Certifications. I'd get rid of this, to be honest. Six Sigma green belt, I'd get rid of that. Just elaborate. How many projects did you have? You didn't have any projects. That's a big problem. Yeah, everything here is unvalidated because of the fact that you don't have any projects. You need projects, my dude. That is your biggest critique right now. Projects. We have a bunch of shit on here that we don't need, that we can remove, that is unrelated to the job or is too much, like this. So we're gonna take that, we're gonna remove it, and you're gonna build some projects, and you're gonna put it on here, and you're gonna have a good ass resume. Yeah, but no. List, okay. Saying Team RPI Esports is not considered a project. You need a project section with actual projects and descriptions and what you did and what problems you solved, and then a link to that project where I can go and see it. Whether it's a code link and a live link or a YouTube video where I can watch the project if it's hardware, anything like that, but you need some actual projects on here. Like you saying you know C++ means nothing until they open up a project and see that you did C++ and you actually built something. Again, I'm being super harsh on you, Luke, just because I'm trying to help you. This isn't like me necessarily, it's more like an HR lady HR lady, whatever, persona that I take on. But yeah, being super harsh for the sole reason that there's nothing that proves those skills. And especially like when you talk about your experience, like there's not too much you talk about here other than this line right here. And this line right here. Like there's not much here, and I can't even go and see the projects you worked on. Like there's nothing showing really the skills you have. You could have just put a bunch of shit on your resume, and I would never know. Skills prove those things, and if they want to go deeper, they'll ask you to go check out your jobs or whatever, and then if they want to go even deeper than that, they'll do a code test. He's being angry Karen. Exactly, that's the word. Angry Karen. Microsoft stuff is proprietary, then make a project and put it on there. A lot of people work on proprietary stuff, but they can take a weekend and build something. Like, yeah, I don't think it'd be too hard for you to build something. Maybe like 3 or 4 projects, one every weekend or something like that, with some of these skills, like C++ and embedded C. You've got machine learning stuff on here. Maybe there's a machine learning thing you've always wanted to do. Make that and then put it on here. But there's nothing really to prove your skills. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, there's nothing to prove these skills. Sadly. I gotta just take your word for it, which I'm not gonna do if I'm hiring you at a company and I'm about to put a bunch of money into you, especially because you're gonna be going usually for entry-level positions. What else? What's your education? When are you finishing? You're not okay. So you just started this year. So even then, they're still going to be very skeptical about how good you are. So your projects are going to be your main selling point, which you have none. So you aren't really selling yourself. That's my angry Karen review there. Sell yourself, Luke. Why are you the one to hire? And that's what you gotta cater to. Very helpful. I think that's all I can think of by looking at this. And for some reason it's bothering me, but just get rid of this double line thing. No problem, dude. Thanks for sending this in. Alright, Uday. Yours, and then there's somebody else who sent one. I think it was JC. And then we're done. JC. JC. One more thing. Okay. JC. I don't know why it's so satisfying. Picture on resume. I have to remove picture. Yeah. Oh, I have. Okay, so Uday. The example we like to go for as a joke is that you look like my 3rd grade bully, and for that reason, I already hate you. Or maybe like I can't grow a beard. Like you guys see me try to grow a beard for the past year of me making content, and I still can't grow a proper beard. And the fact that Uday has a nice beard pisses me off because I am jealous. So now I'm gonna hate Uday for that. You know what I mean? Like people will find a dumb reason to hate you. So don't give them information they don't need. Okay? So, you got email, amazing. Phone number, amazing. Location, great. Netlify link to your portfolio, boom, perfect. LinkedIn and GitHub, beautiful. I love it. This is a great job. I'm a MERN stack web developer. Don't give yourself a stack because then you're stuck to that stack. Unless that's the only thing you want to do. I would just say you're a web developer based out of Mumbai. Skilled at writing testable and efficient code. What does that mean? Best practices. I'm well versed in the relevant technologies. I don't know how you did. I think you can maybe get rid of this. We'll see. If you're lacking space, getting rid of your picture and getting rid of this will give you a shit ton of space. So we'll look through the rest of your resume and we'll see. But I think when you say that you're a stack developer, you're sticking yourself to that stack, and then saying things like writing testable, efficient code, well versed in relevant technologies. Like everyone wants to say that, so it doesn't make it very special. Like what are relevant technologies? Testable and efficient code. Like everyone should be doing that. I don't think that makes you special if you can write efficient code, because everyone their hiring is like they're expecting them to write efficient code. Okay. First thing that I see that I'm sure a lot of you in chat saw, Uday is ranking his skills, which is a big no-no. Why? Because what does 3 out of 5 JavaScript mean to you? To me, it means not very good. I want to see 5 out of 5. If I'm about to hire somebody and give them a decent amount of money and take a risk on them, I want to see a 5 out of 5, not a 3 out of 5. So I'm going to say, sorry, I don't want to get Uday, he's inexperienced. So don't let them rank you. Don't do this whole section. I hate this rating so much. Yeah, because it doesn't... What does it mean, right? It's not like a tangible, I think is the word. It's not a tangible thing. Education, Masters of Engineering, Electronics and Telecommunication. Get rid of the start date and just put the end date. What's 6.4? Maybe get rid of that. Personal projects. Just put projects. Don't put personal. E-commerce website. Give it an actual name. Or, okay, I would give it an actual name. Maybe you don't want to. Whatever. Technologies used. Don't do that. Just list the technologies used. Don't make it a bullet point. I think it looks a little weird when it's like that. Developed, capital D, a dynamic, secure website from scratch. Use of API for data transfer. That's what APIs do. You don't need to explain that. Login module used this. So this is a feature list. This is a feature list. This goes on your GitHub page. You want to talk about what does your e-commerce website do? Or like what, put some important facts out there. What is a functionality that's really cool or something like that? Code can be accessed here. Don't do that. Just link, or what I've seen some people do is they have the word code and they have the word project or live and they have it in blue, and both of those words are 2 different clickable links with the slash in between them. That works really well, I think. Yeah, I don't like doing this because it's a bunch of space. IT job finder. Fine, but get rid of the better and faster. Online job portal page that utilizes core ideas behind React Route. Okay, so technical, too technical. What does IT job finder do? It helps people find jobs, right? So talk about that. Is there a live chat option for desktop? Wait, what? Yeah, so like IT job finder sounds like something really cool, right? Especially, I'm guessing in Mumbai, there's a lot of people who want to work in the tech industry, just like in America and other countries. So IT job finder would be a great tool to use. Now, how do you market this? Pretend you're trying to sell it to them. Well, what does it do? It helps people find jobs in the IT market. Why is it different than any other job site? Talk about that maybe. Or talk about a feature that's good about it or something like that. But don't... I think the problem with too technical descriptions is like HR won't know what the hell to do with it. And if like you got technical people looking at your resume, they'll just click the link and they'll go look inside of it. And that's where you'd have stuff like this on your GitHub. That's where you'd have like login module. Like I do that on my projects. I have like user stories first. So like a user can log in and have their password securely stored. And then I have a second list under that where it's like, for the login feature, we'll be using JWT bcrypt to encrypt the person's email, which will be storing in the database, doing this and that, and I'll have the more technical list. That's what I do before I build projects. So I know what to do, and I just can focus on doing it instead of planning it ahead of time. The chat box is automatically open from my phone, but not my computer. Oh, for YouTube? Yeah, it's really weird. Portfolio page. Use of reusable components and creating UI. Yeah, again, too technical, doesn't really like scream special. Your portfolio page isn't a project, sadly, because everyone has a portfolio page and they're very simple. They take no time to make one. You can make one within a couple hours, maybe even an hour, less. Like they're really not special, sadly. So yeah, you need more projects. Like this IT job finder sounds awesome, dude. Make more like this. Just talk about it. You're not talking enough about it. We talk a lot about this e-commerce website, which is great, because e-commerce projects are great. Maybe give it a theme, like an e-commerce website for maybe like a certain thing, like selling vitamins or something, or maybe selling like gym equipment or selling shirts or something. I think the theme is nice, but I think that's more of a personal opinion. I don't think that it's something you should do. That's just me, what I think about it. Like, e-commerce website sounds very generic. What do you guys think? For me, it sounds very generic. I've seen a lot. I've made a lot. I want something a little different as a title. Learning web development from the past 9 months, but graduate in electronics and engineering. That's two really good fields because you can use electronical engineering and web development together. That's like what I do now on my videos. Like I built a Twitch bot and I connected it to a bunch of electronic engineering. Box right here, you can see a bunch of cables and garbage. And then I tortured myself on stream. Or Twitch chat torture. So like stuff like that. There's really cool fields that intertwine. I think is the word. Achievements, National Cadet Corps. How important is this? Doesn't sound too important. MERNStack developer as a certificate doesn't sound too important, or something like I don't know. I don't know how much they would value this in Mumbai. And I know in Canada and America they wouldn't care. Other than like maybe if you can get some benefits as a cadet corp. Yeah, I don't know. Languages, I'm sure that's important there. So I guess this would be important. Working proficiency, take that off. Just put English and Hindi. Or whatever, Hindi, I don't know how to pronounce that, Marathi. Just get rid of the working proficiency is what I'm trying to say. Like, they'll figure out if you're working proficiency when they ask you stuff in English. MERNStack developer internship. Use of third-party API. So again, get rid of this like title here, achievement and tasks. Just jump into your bullet points and just right away start talking about what you did at that job. Like, not too technical. If they want more technical, they'll ask you. But give like a general idea, like what pages did you work on? What kind of features did you build? Not the tech you used. The tech you used goes into a line at the top here. It goes into like HTML, CSS, whatever. It goes into a line right here under Ideators Technologies. Ideators, I don't know. Invigilator, British Council. Yeah, so this is just a description of what British Council is. Talk about what you did there. If it's not important to the job, get rid of it. Why the switch from electronics to web dev? I think electronics is just a very difficult field to get it, or field to work in. Doesn't sound too interesting from a corporate standpoint. It sounds like really fun when you're a hobbyist and you do it at home, but the second you try to do it as a job, it sounds super boring. I don't know. That's my take on it. Field engineer, Bateman solution. Again, talk about what you did there. If you can't talk about anything important that you did there that relates to software engineering, then it's probably not worth putting on here. And save that room for more projects, because I think your projects look really good. The first 2 projects look pretty good. I don't know. What do you guys think? E-commerce websites are always good, but I feel like it needs some more theme to it instead of just e-commerce website. It's the most common job in India. Well, there you go. If it's very common and it's generic, then it might not be important. I think maybe more important would be to talk about projects. Like IT Job Finder sounds fucking great. Like you log in, you see all your saved jobs, you do all these things. Like that sounds really nice. You have a link button here. I would do code and live if you can. If not, this would suffice. You don't have a link to your e-commerce website. Portfolio page, you should have a link here, even though the link's at the top too. But don't put your portfolio page. It's not worthy enough. Even if it's a crazy portfolio, it's just not. It feels low effort. You need more projects. At least one more. Yeah, this is a pretty good resume, Uday. I don't think there's too much on here that's bad. It's just like the rating needs to go. If the rating goes, you can push this whole column over and you'll have a bunch of more space to fit projects and talk about your work experience. I think that's it. Still in development. I'm giving you advice based off of what you sent me. I can't give you advice off of what you did last week or what you're gonna do. I just give you what you gave me. And interest, take that off. They don't need to know that. And then you're done. You're good resume. Good to go. Next one. JC. Alright. J, last name. Great. LinkedIn, Georgia, email, number, fine. Objective. I know some people like to do this. I don't, but hardworking, 4th year mechanical. Hardworking. Everyone's hardworking. Everyone says they're hardworking. Mechanical engineering undergraduate, seeking an internship in mechanical engineering, sales. I'd say seeking an opportunity in mechanical engineering, not an internship. Because then they're going to be like, alright, well, we got a job, but we're going to give him an internship and pay him way less money. So, say you're seeking an opportunity in mechanical engineering. Or in the mechanical engineering field or something. I think that's a better way of wording this. But I don't do objectives. I do that in my cover letter. And then I'm like, I'm good for this position because of XYZ. Working experience, CVS Pharmacy, customer. Okay, so don't do these fonts. Do non-serif fonts. You're doing serif fonts here. You know if you guys know the difference? Serif fonts kind of have like these like ends on the letters. You know? And then non-serif fonts are just like, yeah. Engineering experience. Just take out engineering. Just put experience. Don't limit yourself. Yeah, serif font are terrible. Yeah, they're just not fun to read. Especially when you probably read all day as an HR lady. 3D Printing Center. KSU. Again, get rid of the font. Wait, work experience, engineering experience, that's... Make it experience as a whole. Okay, wait. So, I'm mean this in the most critical way. You have work experience, CVS pharmacy job, on top of actual robotics and engineering things? That says a lot about what you value here. The fact that you're valuing your CVS pharmacy experience over 3D printing, robotics, toy designing. This is just a really bad organization. It kind of looks to me like you just need to get rid of this. I know it's because it's present and you don't want a job gap, maybe that's why. But yeah, it doesn't seem like important. And don't say you're okay. I don't ever say it was unpaid stuff. Doesn't matter. They don't need to know that. Why does it matter? You still did the job even if you're unpaid. You can still be the CEO of Google and do the CEO of Google level stuff and not get paid. That would suck because you'd be missing out on like a couple million a year. But yeah, it doesn't matter. It's still experience. Just put experience. Don't put work or don't put engineering. Just put experience. Money shouldn't matter in this. Or I don't know. They shouldn't care. They shouldn't ask you. I don't think they can. Yeah, I'd get rid of the CVS job, to be honest. I think there's more things you can put on here that are more important. And if they're asking you what you're doing now, you can just say, oh, I just have a job at CVS as a assistant. Customer service. Yeah, I'd get rid of this, volunteer, transitioning to worker, just worker. And then, or don't even put worker, just talk about the tech stack. Be like 3D printing, 3D modeling, AutoCAD, Cura, whatever slicers you used. I don't know. Just put them in here. You could just put 2020 if you'd like instead of February to March. Up to you. Various types of materials. Yeah, like that'd be fine. Like, did the maintenance for the 3D printers. Use different materials to make prototypes. Like, talk about that. Sell yourself. Like, put some effort into selling yourself. Like, don't put assist. Just put maintenance. You did the shit. You did it. Put it. Aerial robotics team. Manufacturing assistant. I just get rid of that and just go right away into what you did. August to present. Prod pet. Okay, so these sound like projects, not experience. This one sounds like experience. The rest sound like projects. Like this aerial robotics team sounds like a thing you do with your friends, from what I'm reading. It doesn't sound like an actual, like I've done stuff like this and it was never a job. It was more like a volunteering thing, which I understand what you're saying now, but you're putting it as engineering experience. Can you get remote jobs in these companies? From you? What do you mean? Certifications, I would not put it there. But I know, okay, maybe with this one, if you have a license number, I guess that means it's important. With SolidWorks Associate, do you need that on there? I don't know. You're also putting this under experience. It's just not organized. Engineering, just put experience and that is work experience. Then you have projects and it's projects. And then certificates at the bottom if you want to. With education. Your skills and abilities are the last. Okay, so your skills and abilities need to be the first thing on your resume, not the last. You're making me read through a bunch of things, figuring out whether they're relevant or not, just to go to your abilities and then know what's relevant. Just put that at the top. These are your skills. Well, skills and ability. Wait. Okay, get rid of abilities. Cooperative, persistent, detail-oriented, these are things you must be, and detail-oriented, usually they'll figure out by just looking at your resume and seeing if you're paying attention to details. So, get rid of abilities. Skills, do skills, that's fine. Maybe organize them if you can by some kind of skills, hardware, software, something like that. We'll put those at the top. Get rid of your objective, just make room for your skills. And organize them if you can. Experience, you need to figure the section out because it's not working. You need to have a project section or an experience section. Projects would be things like ProdPet, where you'd have a link to some kind of visual YouTube video to show it, or a code or something like that, or GitHub or whatever. Aerial robotics team, show me some of that. Link me to some pictures. Let me go see what you guys built. That sounds very interesting. That could be really relevant. Like robotics, aerial robotics especially, takes a lot of math and a lot of proper measuring and a lot of attention to detail. Like the one time I worked on any aerial robotic stuff, like it was a terrible experience because of that. Like every little detail in the frame of the plane we were building, like every little detail that we didn't do right, the plane would fly at an angle and do a bunch of things. And super important. So break that down a bit more. ProdPet, I don't really understand enough about this. First prototype is fully designed in CAD software, but there's no link for me to see it, so I have to take your word for it. You're just not giving me enough to work with. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's just not organized. But other than that, I think you'll be fine. In India, most companies use internship for free work, and some company give tasks. And you do your task code. Yeah, companies do that here too. The problem is, internships have this really bad stigma where it's like you didn't do too much, or you were very usually they underpay you in internships and things like that. So I just put the company and the kind of tools I did, and I don't say it. And if they ask me, they're like, "Oh yeah, I was an intern there." It wouldn't be fair for you to say you were an engineer there, but it's not unfair for you to not say you're an intern or associate or whatever word you want. But yeah, Jay, I think that's the harshest advice I can give you here, for in a good way, trying to help you make this better. Also, for those of you, I see a couple people leaving. For those of you, before you leave, please give a like. If the stream helped you, learned something, you had a good laugh, you know, just tell me, hey Mike, that was a good stream. I think other than that, we're good on this resume here. I think there's potential here. I really like these two. I think you can break down these two. Like being able to do maintenance on 3D printers isn't necessarily the easiest thing. And aerial robotics sounds pretty good. And then you doing a side project, you should not put it as a side project. You should put it in your project section and then talk about it and show your schematics and all that and your breakdown. Being able to show how you set up, like how you organize yourself before building a project is a skill itself. What topic should I put the robotics team under? If it's not your job, you put it in project. A job or an internship goes in experience, and a project that you built, whether it's with friends or whatever, goes in another section. it doesn't have to be a paid job, but it has to be some kind of job where you're actually like doing job style things. Where you go in, you work on something, you know, kind of like you would do at a job. A project would be more like when I build something in my room or whatever. Unless that was like for a client. It's a tough line. You'd have to figure it out. But you'd have to sell it properly in whichever way you put it. You put it as experience, but you gotta sell it as as a work experience. So you gotta put it in a project, you gotta sell it as a learning project experience, where you show off and showcase your skills. That's the most important thing here. You're just trying to say, hey look, I'm Jace, I got some good skills, here's proof of it, hire me. Password, what? Anyways, we're gonna stop with that. Who sent this in? I don't know if someone sent this in the stream earlier. Navshot? Thanks for sending that in, Jay. For real. I think that's a good example for everyone. Like, you got good things on there, you just didn't explain them properly. You're kind of like hurting yourself there. Is it too late to submit a resume? Not really. You could do one quick. You could do one more quick. Last one. Dineros. You're the last one. Let's go. Email is on the screen. I'm gonna quickly check Discord. Last roast. Do it. Going for League Relevant, then grab your summer name. Are you in Discord, Val? Maybe you can send me your Discord name. I might get on tonight. Maybe we'll do some Twitch stuff tonight. Just hit me up in Discord. If you're in the Grind Reel Discord, I'm in the top list at the top somewhere. I'll answer soon. I'm probably gonna get off for a bit after that. You DM me, because I... Hey, can you check that link? What link? If you send a link in YouTube chat, Uday, I don't get to see it. YouTube will block it. So, yeah. Alright, last post. Or roast. Shit. What is this song, dude? Oh my god, Uday, your resume and portfolio went into the promotion section of my Google. That's why I couldn't find, or my Gmail. That's where it went. That's funny. Alright, I'm waiting on that last one from, I don't remember the name. You can't get DMs from non-friends, so send you a request. Oh, okay. For college students, where should education be? Still, I put at the bottom. Okay, so here's the logic behind putting college education at the bottom. Where I live, we have a lot of technical colleges that all apply to the same jobs because those jobs go to job fairs, and in general, everyone applies to like the big finance companies here for machine learning, or to the big tech companies that build hardware for hardware automation and stuff like that. Like there's like generic jobs pretty much set up for college students, and everyone applies to them. Not like having the same degree as 10,000 other people applying to the same job doesn't make you special. But having projects that set you apart will make you way more special, because those are the things that like people are interested in. Like, what does it mean to anyone if they just look at your degree and they're like, okay, cool. But if they look at a project and they interact with it and have a good time with it, and it's like really cool and it interests them, like that's so much more valuable than just having the same degree as everyone else. It's not that your degree is useless or valueless, it's just not, just doesn't sell you very well or set you apart from others. That's the idea of putting education at the bottom. It's like, it's a great thing, it's an extra thumbs up, but it's not going to decide whether you get hired or not. That's why the skills are at the top. The skills are like, if you have a degree in computer science but you can't do C++ and you're applying to a C++ job, does the degree even matter? Like, you need skills that go with the job. They want to see a project in C++ that's like, okay, well, this is good enough for us. We could teach him some things. He's missing out on some info, but we'll help him with the rest. You know what I mean? Alright, I haven't received that last resume yet, so I think we might just have to do it on the next stream. I'll check one more time. I'll send it next time. Oh, I need to add more to it. It's lacking. Okay, perfect. When will you stream again? Probably in 2 days from now. I usually do one live stream, one stream highlight, or video of me doing something. Hopefully tomorrow I could just make the stupid WordPress video and get it over with. So next stream would be, what is it, Friday? Saturday? Saturday? Okay, so next stream would be Monday. Monday, I don't know what time. Alright. My legs are deteriorating. I've been standing this whole stream, if you haven't realized. My feet, I'm not flexible enough. Put my feet in there. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna end the stream. Thanks everyone for being here. Good, helped you out. You learned something. Any sort of that stuff, do give it a like. It's gonna be a video, yeah, I'm gonna make the WordPress thing a video. I wanna make it like how to build a personal WordPress site in under 15 minutes or whatever. Does Josh ever mention you on the main channel? I think he used to, more when people were like, who is Mike? Because he would be like, oh, I got a second channel, but I don't always stream on it. And they'd be like, oh wait, who does? I don't think he does much, but that's like, I don't expect him to, you know? That's not his job or anything. That's my job, to make my name big. Thought it's gonna be a stream. Maybe I can stream it on Twitch, because there's gonna be issues. There's gonna be things we're gonna be running into that we won't understand how to do. Like, it's bound to happen with WordPress. Sometimes you just don't know what to do, so you have to spend an hour on it. So I want to make it super clean and concise, which will be in a video. I like the stream. Thanks for being here, everyone, and we'll see you 2 days. I'll do